Today, I'm going to be showing you guys my brand new post-scoring stretch big that gets Hall of Fame rebound chaser, and I think it is the best build for Rec and Pro-Am on NBA 2K23. All right, so let's start off with the vitals. It's going to be very simple stuff. The position is going to be at center because we are making this build 7'3". All of the other settings here, you just pick and make however you want. So like I said, this build is going to be 7'3" rate. We went 235 pounds to get us that 99 defensive rebounds to get us Hall of Fame rebound chaser. That's a little bit of a spoiler. And then the wingspan is going to be 8'1". That's the maximum wingspan that you can get on this build with a compact body shape is what I ended up going with. You could pick whatever you want. So now when it comes to the finishing, we're going to get an 80 close shot, which is going to get us pro touch on the Hall of Fame to allow us to hit those post hooks. Then the driving dunk is going to be a 79, which is going to get us limitless takeoff on silver. Now I know a lot of people are probably concerned that we don't get an 80 driving dunk on this build because with an 80 driving dunk, you can normally get straight arm tomahawks as well as quick drop offs off one. But with a 79 driving dunk, you can still get plenty of dunk animations that activate limitless takeoff, which include Karl Anthony Towns, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Big man tomahawks are good as well, and you can also use front clutches on this build with these dunk ratings. Then when it comes to the standing dunk, you're going to get an 80. That's going to be high enough to get you rise up on silver, as well as the basic big man contact dunks on this build. And then you're also going to get an 80 post control, which is going to be enough to get you post scoring takeover, as well as post spin technician on Hall of Fame, which is one of the most broken post scoring badges in the game. So now let's take a look at these finishing highlights, man. Like I said earlier on in this video, you're going to get that high close shot, what is going to allow you to get these post hook animations to go off, and you're going to be able to hit some crazy contested post hooks. And look at that right there. There's that post spin technician on Hall of Fame at work. Now again, man, when you're in the post, you're going to have everything to your disposal: the post hooks, the post fades, the post hop shots. We'll talk about those fades and hop shots in a little bit, but take a look at this right here. There are some of those limitless takeoff animations that you could get on this build. Right here, we're taking it right past them again, and again, that's another limitless takeoff animation that you can get on this build. You're still going to be able to dunk the ball just fine. You're going to be able to fly through the air and still get plenty of good athletic animations that won't get you blocked on this build, even though you don't have an 80 driving dunk. Another really good thing about having a post scorer on the team is that when you get into low shot clock situations, you can take a lot of really contested shots and still get them to go in, save the possession, and actually get some points. And there's another limitless takeoff right there. I think that's from the big man tomahawk dunk package. Again, dunk on this build, you can post score like crazy, and here's a standing dunk right here. And now let's move on to the shooting. Now when it comes to the shooting, you're going to get a 75 mid-range shot and a 77 3-point shot. And when it comes to your badges, you're going to get a lot of important stuff. When it comes to your post scoring and your shot creation, you're going to have access to badges like Space Creator as well as Midi Magician, both on gold. And then when it comes to your spot up situations, you're going to have access to gold Claymore, silver catch and shoot, and silver corner specialist on this build. Now this build is going to do everything you're going to need it to do as a post scorer. Look at this right here. Hit him with the hop shot fake into the little pivot, into the spin back the other way. It's contested, but it still goes in. But that's the type of post scoring, the advanced moves that you could do on this build. And again, this build is going to be a knockdown shooter, whether it's in Rec, Park, Pro-Am. It's not going to matter, man. It's an easy catch and shoot demon, I promise you. Now again, you could definitely still shot create on this type of build. We're going to take a look at this clip right here. We're driving, hit him with the step back. Right here, we're using the Kevin Durant hop jumper, but I'm going to start experimenting with other hop jumpers because, well, the animation is getting kind of stale to me. I ain't going to lie to you, but it's still the best hop jumper for sure. But we're going to try things like normal 2, Nikola Jokic. I've heard normal's also a pretty decent big man hop jumper, but again, post hop shots, post fades, the step backs, they're all there. You can hit it with the midi pull-ups as well. And again, you're a knockdown shooter on this build. You're going to be a consistent spot up from the corner, which is very important for a big man build. Now let's take a look at these final clips right here really quickly. These are going to be perfect examples of how good of a shot creator you could be on this build in the post, in the mid-range area. Look at this right here. We're driving, hitting with this snatch hop jumper. Where are they going? It was a double team and they both got lost. Hit it with the same move again right here. It's the easy 3 and it's the easy bucket. Now moving on to the playmaking, this is going to be a very quick and simple segment. You're going to get a 76 pass accuracy, which gets you the LeBron James passing style as well as break starter on gold. Now the playmaking segment of this video is going to be very short, very quick, and very simple. We're just going to be showing a lot of fast break outlet passes because those are going to be the best example of how good a 76 pass accuracy is on this type of build. We're launching it across the court. We're getting easy transition offense going for our team, which is a very important thing once we grab that rebound, is to advance the ball up the court as quick as possible so we can get some free and easy buckets. Right here though, another example of that pass accuracy and the high offensive rebound we have on this build. Now finally, the defense. Now this is going to be different because, well, this is how I made the build for Pro-Am. If I'm playing on this build just in Rec, I probably upgrade the interior defense a little bit higher, but in Pro-Am, I'm just going to be a shot blocking player coming out of the corner, so it's more important to have a high block than it is to have a super high interior defense in Pro-Am situations if I gotta pick one over the other. But with this build, we're going to get a 74 interior, 68 63 perimeter defense, a 40 steal, a 93 block, which is going to get us that gold anchor, an 82 offensive rebound so we can grab some boards, as well as a 99 defensive rebound, which is going to get us Hall of Fame rebound chaser. Now, the defense on this build is going to be insane. It's not going to get much better than this build right here. I mean, 7'3", max wingspan, 93 block. You can only really go not a whole lot higher from there. You can get that 99 block, but for me personally, I'm not going to lie to you, I think 93 is more than enough. I don't recommend 88 because I feel like there is actually a pretty considerable difference between silver anchor and gold anchor, but I don't feel that same amount of difference between gold and Hall of Fame anchor. That's just my personal opinion. If you do want to be the best defensive player possible, you want to go for that Hall of Fame anchor, but with 7'3", maximum wingspan and gold anchor, I feel like you're going to be more than good enough as a rim protector to get stops for your team and to get super clutch blocks. Now, even though initially the interior defense does look like it is relatively low, an important thing is that we actually doubled up on the exact same takeover, which is double post scoring takeover, which actually increases your interior defense by 15 along with all of the other post scoring stats as well. So when we're in takeover, we have an 89 interior defense, and that interior defense is increasing gradually throughout the game. Now let's take a look at this final play right here. Right now, we're going to be on defense. We're going to get the block. We don't get the full stop, but they get the board, and now we're still in good defensive position. This guy's trying to post up, drop steps me, and goes up with a contested close shot, and that is just a perfect example of how much good defense you could play on this build. We get that initial block. We don't get the defensive rebound, but then we're still able to get back in good position on defense and get a full stop. Now let's take a look at the build fully maxed out. You can see the physicals. You're going to get a 76 strength, which is important because that's going to get you silver brick wall, 74 vertical, max out speed, maxed out acceleration, and a 90 stamina. Now let me just talk about the concept of this build a little bit for when it comes to me using it in proing. This build is going to be a hybrid center build. I'm trying to make the best blend of both different play styles as much as possible while still being a post scorer. And those two separate play styles are an inside center and a popper center build. When we're going to be playing with my new Pro-Am team, which is a team that's going to be composed of me, Koza, Sprague, and some other players that you guys probably know, we're going to be a hybrid offensive team between a 5-out offense and a pick and roll offense, because we're going to have one guard that's a 5-out guard and another guard that's going to be a PNR guard that's on the smaller guard that can 3-hunt like crazy, and we're going to try and be the best blend of those two offenses as possible. So it was super important to make a big man that can kind of fit both of those roles really well, that we can be a screen setter, roll to the basket, go up with shots if we need to, as well as grabbing those offensive rebounds. And if we get into a 5-out situation, I am a knockdown shooter. Lastly, a very important piece that I added to this as well is that I can shot create on my own, and I can get some touches in the post if I have a mismatch on me. Now let's just quickly talk about takeovers on this build. You can get post scoring, glass cleaning, rim protecting, as well as sharp shooting takeovers on this build. As you see right here though, I ended up doubling up on post shot daggers, because when you double up on the exact same takeover, your attributes are going to increase at a faster rate compared to normal. So my close shots going up plus 15, which is also going to increase my post hook by plus 15. My post control is going up plus 15. My interior defense, like I mentioned earlier, is also going to be going up plus 15 instead of plus 8. And now you can see the build name is going to be a glass cleaner on this build. Had a lot of fun making this build, had a lot of fun playing on it. We're going to be streaming on this build as soon as this video drops. So if you want to see that, go tune in. I'm out. Peace.